When it comes to the world we live in, its natural beauty is a bit of a double-edged sword. Because on one hand, we know that there are plenty of natural wonders in the world that can be seen by many, should they want to.
We're here to learn. Anybody else have a problem with that?
However, we also know that when it comes to our world, we tend to alter things or pollute things and thus raise all sorts of problems. So much so that when pictures are taken of the world, they can be touched up a bit to make them seem better than they actually are. With that in mind, allow us to show you the 10 places so clean, they look photoshopped. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 10. Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, Tristan da Cunha. Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, which is a Tristan da Cunha, is a small town that has the title of being one of the most isolated places in the world. That is because the town is over 1,200 miles away from any other settlement in all directions you go. The town itself was named after the Duke of Edinburgh back in 1867, when he actually came to visit the place. But in modern times, it's just known as the settlement, by the 300 or so people that live there, and the numbers of the town don't grow that much above that number. Because of its isolation, they're able to keep things clean and natural, and thus have a beauty all its own. 9. Mount Haleakala. Heading next to Hawaii, there's a lot of natural beauty there that can be seen and experienced in a variety of ways. But if you want a true, are you sure that's not Photoshop place, then head to Mount Haleakala. The reason this place is so interesting is because it has its own weather pattern and climate that make it a sight to behold. But you'll also find that it's apparently the quietest place on Earth. Rangers have gone there and have used instruments to prove that no sound was coming from that area, meaning it was natural in a way that few could ever hope to achieve. 8. Southern Ocean. If you were to think about Antarctica, you would likely picture freezing weather, terrible conditions, and creatures that are only able to survive because of evolution and being able to resist the cold. But there is some beauty in that area, and you'll find it in the Southern Ocean. Why is that? Well, think of where Antarctica is. It's not located near any major landmass that have scores of people on it. And the few people that do live there are small in number and have makeshift homes to live in for research and such. Thus, the Southern Ocean has the cleanest air in the world. There are virtually no traces of pollution in it, nor DNA from creatures that have lived in that area. What's more, the snow and ice in that area are the purest around in many respects. That's why you get to see the bluest of glaciers and the purest white snow. And if you think about it, there's a reason a lot of people like to go on cruises near Antarctica. 7. Five Flower Lake. Next up, we have a really special lake located in an equally special valley in China. This lake is known to change colors, and what it does, it makes the place even more beautiful. It's able to go from deep blue to emerald, to yellow, to turquoise, and a few others. But just as important is this lake is always active, meaning that it can't freeze and will never go and run dry. The reason for the former is that the lake is located above a couple of underwater hot springs, ensuring that the water can never be cold enough to go and freeze. And because of that constant influx of water, it'll never dry out, which is a contrast from other lakes in that area. The legend around this lake is that it's so pure and crystal-like because its ancient mirror fell from the sky, and the lake was born from that. 6. Luskentyre Beach. This very special beach in Scotland has all sorts of things that make it special, including how it looks in certain months. You see, for 10 months of the year, the beach is anything but pretty. In fact, it is cloudy all the time overhead and only gets about an hour of sunlight every single day. But in the months of May and June, the sun blasts forth and reveals an area that is full of beautiful sand dunes and perfect blue water. It's honestly kind of shocking the difference a few months can make in the Scottish spot. So if you have the urge to go and visit this special beach, make sure you go the right time of year, else you won't really see it all it has to offer. 5. Blue Lake, New Zealand. There's a lot of special places in New Zealand to go and see if you want to visit there, but the Blue Lake is a special place all on its own that many want to go and view. Mainly because of its purity. The water is so clear and blue that it actually has a rare ability to make shades of blue and purple appear. Not every lake can do that. But why is this particular lake so beautiful and pure? That would be because the water comes from a glacier lake, meaning that it's incredibly fresh and not polluted. The local Maori people fight to keep it that way too. You can't go swimming in Blue Lake, and you can't even go and put your feet in it to see what it feels like. To them, the lake is sacred, and they believe that it has special powers, and thus don't want to contaminate it. 4. The cleanest village near the Emerald River. There are many places that would love to claim that they were the cleanest village around, and yet few compared to this one that lies near the Emerald River. They can honestly make that claim about them being clean because they work hard to keep it that way, and they make laws to ensure it stays that way. For example, in this village, they not only plant flowers to help keep the air clean and make some beautiful scenery, they have a set of people who go every single day and clean the streets, even if that means doing it in heavy rain and other nasty conditions. What's more, going and using a car in this village is prohibited, and you have to pay to park nearby if you're a tourist. That money goes to pay for further street cleaning, believe it or not. Oh, what if you break one of the rules? Simple, you either pay a fine or you go to jail. Whatever it takes to keep this home sparkling clean. 3. The river in Dalkey. A lot of people like going on river rides because they like to paddle through them and occasionally be able to go and see what lies at the bottom of the river itself. But in Dalkey, there's a river that is so beautiful and clear that you can see the bottom of the river in the entire length of it. This is why this river is particularly beloved by those who go and do kayaking and fishing. Because you can go and enjoy the views as you paddle around, or you can go and perfectly see the fish that you're trying to catch. What's more, the river is remote enough that the only sounds you hear are natural ones. Sounds like a wonderful place to visit, right? 2. Caño Cristales. You know you're a natural wonder when you're dubbed the most beautiful river in the world. There's a very special river in Colombia, and the reason it's special is because of its ability to go and sparkle and change into 5 different colors. Not what you expect from a river, is it? The colors can change into a red, black, green, blue, and yellow. Quite an assortment and quite a visual when you get the chance to go and see it yourself. So what causes this unique color palette? This would actually be a plant that lives in the river. The plant responds to sunlight and it needs the perfect amount to go and change the colors. Hence why the river only shifts in colors during a 6 months period of the year. But if you hit it at the right time, you're going to be in for a visual treat. 1. The Marble Caves in Chile. At first, the idea of marble caves may not seem that enticing, but when you have a special set of these caves in Chile, you're going to be in for a visual unlike any other out there. These marble caves have been around for quite some time, and their beauty comes from not just their natural rocks, but the waters that have helped shape them. When you go and see the unique shapes and formations and the colors on the rocks themselves, you swear that they were painted. Or that they were brightened in a computer program so you can see the details better. But no, it's all natural, and it makes all the more wondrous. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the parts of the world that are so beautiful they don't need Photoshop to go and make them seem even more beautiful? Were you amazed by the beauty presented in the spots chosen? Which of these do you personally want to go and visit so you can see the beauty for yourself? Do you know another spot that should be on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.